Hey guys, today we're gonna take a look at AOMEI BACKUPPER. And before I begin this video, I'm just gonna let you know that no, I have not been paid to say anything that I'm about to say in this video, and no, I have not been given any instructions of what to say in this video. With that on its way, let's begin. AOMEI BACKUPPER Professional is what we're gonna take a look today, but we will not stop just there. I will show you that actually this software can run on Zorin OS, which is kind of a Linux distro if you install it with Wine, and it works perfectly beautiful. And let's download it first on Windows. Let me show you a few of the features. We're gonna test a backup feature, we're gonna test a drive copy feature, which we will make it bootable, and then we will jump to Zorin OS to show you that it works there too. And now the download is done. Let's hit open and install it. And by the way, since I'm here, I'm just gonna show you real quick what they have. AOMEI BACKUPPER Standard, AOMEI BACKUPPER Professional, Workstation. You have the BACKUPPER Server, BACKUPPER Technician Plus. You have the Partition Assistant, Standard and Professional, a Partition Assistant Server, Unlimited, and Technician. And they have Phone Tool, One Key Recovery, and Centralized BACKUPPER. This one here is actually really nice. Backup and transfer your iPhone data for free. Now, I don't have an iPhone, so I will not be touching further on it, but if you have an iPhone, I think this tool actually might be very useful, more than you thought. And let me minimize this one and continue our installation, which should be technically easy. You accept the agreement, hit install now. And here it takes us to tell us that you have the user's manual, the installation was successful, and all that good stuff. And yes, I will be actually using the professional version. I'm gonna hit enjoy now. In my interest, 30% off. That's actually not bad, Malwarebytes, but we're not talking about you right now. And here we are inside. Let me give you some features real quick. The beauty of it, before we get into the features, you have 30 days of the professional trial, which is quite amazing. You can do a new backup, new synchronization that you have to create a backup for. We're going to do that in just a moment. You have the backup itself. You can back up your system, which means your Windows installation. Disk backup, select a disk to an image file or whatever you like to do in that case. Partition backup, file backup, separate files. In the cloud backup, which yes, they offer cloud storage, and Outlook backup, which is your emails into an image file. And no image, we're not talking about image as JPEG image. Synchronization, which is basic synchronization. Real-time synchronization, which we will test in a second. Mirror synchronization, two-way synchronization. Restore, that you can select the image file you backed up before and you can restore it back. We'll do just that in a moment. System clone, disk clone, partition clone, and then you have extra tools. Windows update, Windows 11 update checker, create bootable media. Here we go. Explore image, recovery environment, disk wipe, notification settings, storage management, logs, image, import export configuration, and you can create a portable version of AOMEI BACKUPPER. So this one is mostly used, for example, let's say you want to use your AOMEI or copy of your AOMEI on another computer that doesn't have internet and you cannot really download and install the file and all that. You can just create a portable version on your USB drive. You plug that USB drive to the other computer and boom, you have AOMEI BACKUPPER in your USB drive without needing to reinstall it again on the other computer. Now you have the PXE boot tools, image deploy, centralized backupper, one key recovery, disk partition manager, iPhone backup and transfer, which these are free tools by the way, my recover, and remote desktop, which is actually really good. So now let's jump in. First things first, let's make a backup. And let's do a real-time synchronization. We are gonna do a file backup in this case because I don't want to stay here all night. Add file folder. And when we add folder, add the videos, we go right here. I'm gonna select this folder here. I'm gonna hit open and I will inject it to a hard drive, a 2 TB Barracuda that I have here on the side. And I'm gonna try to synchronize it with it so it does auto backups. Because these are files that I actually need, and it would be a disaster if I lost them. We're gonna hit open. Start backup takes a couple minutes probably. You can do the backups seen here. Incremental backup, full backup, or differential backup. I'm gonna do full backup method, and you can do a cleanup. So only keep the latest 7 backups. I'm gonna decrease that to the latest 3 backups, and I'm doing it by daily. Keep all the backups for 7 days, just in case I need them. Keep 1 full backup every week. Keep 1 full backup every month. So that's to make a backup every 6 months here, and always retain it before performing the scheme. So 1 full backup every time. Hope you're understanding this right, and I hope I'm coming out right here. So when a new backup is dropped in every 7 days, that we're gonna do the interval here. Now when you add files to this folder here that we are selecting to backup, automatically AOMEI will update the folder on the drive with the new files that you just put on that folder, and 1 full backup will be retained forever, and the other previous ones will be removed so you don't have it cluttered. And we're gonna hit OK and start backing it up. Give it a few minutes depending on your files. I'm gonna try, on my case, with 10.5 gigabytes of material. And to show you that, it's right here. And as you see on the bottom here, it's 10.5 gigabytes. Let me check properties. And yes, 33 files, 0 folders, 10.5 gigabytes. Because I want to see if AOMEI does it the right way, the way that I'm thinking about. And let's see you when it finishes. And actually it took only a couple minutes to back up 10.5 gigabytes of files, which this is actually great because I am transferring them from inside my computer, which is drive C. And yes, it is a mistake to save important files on your drive C, but I'm doing it because I want to test it. And I shifted all those files to this drive right here. And let me show you. PC backup, and yes, these are the files AFI, which is the AOMEI file format. And now if I want to bring those back where they were, let me go to the folder where we have the original files right here. Let me delete them. Let's say tragedy struck us, God forbid. Let me get rid of them on the recycle bin. Okay, so now these files are gone from here. They are only on that backup file. Well, let me hit finish right here, and right here we go to restore, and let's select the task. We have my file backup right here. You will have multiple if you create multiple. Let me hit next and see if we can see it being populated right here where we took them from. Hit next, and folders, users, we have to find the where we have the videos. And yes, right here. This is the tree inside the folder. And let's click next. Restore to a new location. Nope, original location I'm going to use here. It doesn't really matter. You can restore them to somewhere else. But just for ease of watching this video, I'm going to do the original location. Start restore and let it do its stuff. And as you see right here, videos are coming back to our folder just the way they were before. And we are still talking about 10.5 gigabytes in files. When they're done, let's compare the size of all the videos if they came back exactly the same size they were before. As you see, it actually finished really fast, almost too fast. These are the files that we just restored, and as you see on the bottom it says 10.5 gigabytes. And let's see, yep, 10.5 gigabytes. So the restore, it works perfect, just perfect. And now the other part of it is this synchronization, which you can hit real-time synchronization. You can add the folder or wherever you have them. Okay, this is the source that we have right here. And let me add a video really quick on this source here. For example, I'm gonna add this video right here. And as you see, the title of this video is different. It's at vid 2020, whatever. Okay. So now we're gonna synchronize this one. Click OK. Where is our backup path? It's the PC backup. Actually, it was already there, but I'm gonna go there again. my files, and I'm gonna hit open. It starts synchronization, and now within a second you will have this file added to your backup, so you don't need to manually retry and all that. Or you can just set the interval daily to actually update the backup with new files that you might put on that folder every single day, so you don't need to worry about, you always have a copy on the side done automatically. And our files are synchronized and done. Now, other options that are right here, we are gonna go with a system clone. So to do that, I'm gonna have to put in my license key, which I have one, to get to the Pro, and we'll be right back and test that out. And yes, I'm inside my software now, and let me close it and open it back up. Here is going to be the drive that will be wiped, because we are putting our entire disk drive, or what do you want to call that, system drive, on it. I'm going to hit next. After operation, the partition will be overwritten or deleted, so we suggest you to back it up first. If there are some important data on this partition, are you sure you want to continue the operation? After we know that the target drive we're putting this data to will be wiped and will be replaced with our system drive. I'm gonna hit OK because I know what I'm doing, and indicate the operations that will be executed. These are all the operations here, and we are good about that. Make full use of the disk space, SSD alignment, sector by sector clone. This is like a deep copy, and yes, I suggest you go sector by sector clone. Click start clone and let it do its magic. And yes, I actually like to do complete clones of my system drive to an external drive, just in case something happens with my Windows system or whatnot. I can actually plug in that drive on my computer and get back to work. And as you see, this process of copying or cloning my system drive has finished. I'm gonna hit finish right here. Okay, so now let me compare the two clones, I guess, at this point, right? So this is my main PC drive, and this is the drive we created. And as you see right here, they're exactly the same. So 15 items, 15 items. Yes, we have a copy of our system in this side right here, and it looks like it would work just perfect. And yes, these are all my stuff. Users here, users here. All my stuff is exactly the same. So now I can actually rest assured that I have a carbon copy of my system files on the side. Here we're gonna try, I'm just gonna show you real quick. Go in my boot menu. I have dual boot as of now, and enter in boot menu, just to show you that the copy that we made of our system files is this one right here, the ST2000. That's the 2 terabyte hard drive that's externally on my computer. This is my Ubuntu, which is my Zorin OS. And this is the 970 EVO, the SSD drive or M.2 drive, which we made a copy from here to here. So now if something happened to my main system on the SSD drive, I can just boot right here with a copy that we made of our drive on this computer. And with that said, I'm gonna sign into the Ubuntu and show you that it works on Zorin OS, so we don't waste any more time. Let's get it started. Here we are, guys, inside Zorin OS, and as you see, we're gonna go straight to AOMEI website, and we're gonna hit download. I don't have a second license key, so we're gonna grab one of the free ones, Backupper Professional, because they let you try for 30 days anyway. And as you see, I already have a million of them downloaded because I tested and retested just so I could make sure I could put it on the video, because otherwise, if it didn't work for me, I'm not gonna put it on the video, or I would tell you that no, it doesn't work. So now the download is done, and it should be right here. Okay, we're just gonna click OK. Install Windows application, because it's an .exe file. Let me minimize this one. Click open, run anyway, and let's see what happens. Okay, and we are at the setup. Hit OK, and right here, I accept the agreement like we did on Windows. And as you see, it's installing. just as if you were on Windows. And this is beautiful. I know a lot of apps and software work on some Linux distros and Ubuntu and all that with Wine and other software, but a lot of them simply don't work. And yes, prime example would be my Wondershare Filmora. I actually like Filmora. I wish it worked on my Zorin OS, but unfortunately it doesn't, because if it did, I'm not sure how many times a year I would touch Windows. Not that I hate Windows or anything, just there's too much headache or when I'm just simply working on stuff. And I'm very happy that AOMEI actually works on this system. Let me minimize this one here, and I'm just gonna hit enjoy now. And as you see, the software is opening up. Let's wait for it to open up. And we have all the features that we had on Windows right here on Zorin OS. And as you see, yes, this is Zorin OS, just so you make sure it's this one. And here's the backup option: system backup, disk backup, synchronize, basic synchronize, restore, clone, tools. Here we go, remote desktop, iPhone backup and transfer, my recover, AOMEI one key recovery. Everything is right here, just as it was on Windows. Now, granted, you might find a glitch there and here and all that stuff. That's to be expected because, as per the information I have right now, it has not been developed to be run on Linux or any Linux distro. So far, it's for Windows only, which works on Windows 10, 11. I haven't tried it on 7 and 8, but I'm assuming it would. But I know in 10 and 11, it works 100%. And as far as I see here, it's working on Zorin OS. And with that said, I will leave a link on the description below, so you can click it if you want to give it a try and see if it works for you and for what you need to do with this beautiful software. And so far, I absolutely appreciate the clean design. They went out of their way to actually make it really nice looking. You give it a try yourself. Let me know in the comments if you like it or not. And we'll see you next time. Bye!